today's video is going to be on the transformation of a rotation. To rotate an object is to simply spin around a center point. Now that center point is going to change. What we rotate around is going to be different depending on the problem. We do have a nice little cheat here, rules of rotation. The key is that these rules of rotation are only going to work if we are rotating around the origin. So we have different kinds of rotations. We can go clockwise or counterclockwise, and just think about a clock. Which way do the hands on a clock move? So if it goes the same way that the hands on the clock moves, it's clockwise. If it goes the opposite way that the hands on the clock move, it's counterclockwise. We know 90 degrees, 180, 270. If we look at a circle, 90 degrees is every quadrant. So every time we turn, that's going to be 90 degrees. So if I'm going 90 degrees clockwise, or 180 degrees clockwise, or 270 degrees clockwise, or 360 degrees clockwise. Every time you go 90 degrees, you're going one turn around the circle. Let's go ahead and start the first one. If I want to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise from the origin, I look at my little chart, I find 90 counterclockwise, here it is. If I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise, I need my points. If I'm starting at xy, I'm going to go to negative yx. And we'll talk about what that means in just a second. Let's start by finding our original points, A, B, C. Remember, A prime, B prime, C prime, those are the image, where you end up after your transformation. So A is at 2, 1, B is at 5, 5, and C we're going right 9 up 2, which puts us at 9, 2. So x is the first number, y is the second number. What this tells me once I want to do is I want to move the y first and then I want to negate it. So since my y is a 1, I'm going to negate that and make it a negative 1, and then I just move the x to the second spot. For my b value, again, we're going to take that y, we're moving the y from the second position to the first position, and we negate it. So since my y was a negative 5, or a positive 5, it's going to become a negative 5. The x just moves from the first spot to the second spot. The 9 and 2, we move the y first and we do the negating, and then the x just moves second and stays the way it is. So the image after this rotation, and remember, here's my origin. What I'm doing is I'm taking this triangle and I'm rotating it counterclockwise 90 degrees. So I'm going one click around my circle. I know I'm going to end up counterclockwise over here somewhere, going one turn of my circle around. And to plot those points, we're at negative 1, 2. This is the image of A, so A prime, negative 5, 5. This is the image of B, so B prime. And the image of C is negative 2, 9, negative 2, 9. Puts me of my image of C here. And we can see that as we took this object in relationship to the origin, I rotated it one click to the left because that's going counterclockwise. This is where my image is going to end up. All right, let's try that again. This time I want to go 180 degrees clockwise. So that means I'm going to turn to the right. 180 degrees means I'm going to go 2 clicks around my circle. I am going around my origin, so we can use that little cheat from above. We find 180 degrees. Oh, well, 180 degrees, regardless of which way we're going to end up, we're going to be in the exact same spot. And I see it's xy to negative x, negative y. So the rule I'm going to follow here, if my original points are at xy, we go to negative x, negative y, or opposite of x, opposite of y. We're at the exact same points that we had above, so we can actually just copy down those A, B, C values. We're starting with the exact same image, so A is still at 2, 1, B is still at 5, 5, and C is still going to be at 9 too. This time, again, my turn, it's 180 degrees clockwise. So this would be a 90-degree turn. This is a 180-degree turn. I'm doing one click around my circle each time. So I know that my image is going to be somewhere over here. If I look at my rules I need to follow, here's my original x. What I do is I make it negative, or do the opposite. Since I'm at a positive, it becomes a -2. Same thing with the y. I negate it, so that becomes a -1. -5, -5, -9, -2. So my new points, the image of A is -1, -2. That's the image of A. -5, -5. Here is the image of B. And -9, -2, the image of C. And there are my two triangles rotated around that circle 180 degrees clockwise, so I'm going the same direction that a clock would go. Again, this is in terms of the center of rotation being the origin. So that's the spot that's not moving. I'm taking this object and I'm rotating it around.